That's Plan B, and she said on Made in Kent Tuesday afternoon. This is Matt James with you till 5. Now, I'm very pleased to welcome to the studio Joe from Planet JJs. Good afternoon.
Hi.
Thank you so much for coming in, Joe. I am intrigued. What is your business all about?
So we are a board game cakery, and it's like a board game cafe, but our tagline is we have cake. So instead of serving food like sandwiches or burgers, we do the sweet treats and nibbles instead. So you can come in, you play board games, and you can buy soft drinks, coffee, and homemade cake.
Sounds fantastic. That's two of my favourite things.
Exactly, games and cake.
And eating. That's great.
Awesome.
So how long have you been going?
About 8 months now. We opened in July, and just as the pandemic lockdown kind of finished. We've been going since then.
So what inspired you to start board games? Is it something that you've always loved?
Yeah,
yourself?
we've always loved it. We've always loved geeky things, superheroes, comic books. We felt that there was quite a niche market, but there is a big audience for it. And Tunbridge doesn't have a lot of places where you can go and do things. And we just felt like that there was a need for it. And there's not another one very local to us. You have to travel over an hour to reach another board game place.
I was having a look at your website. I can't believe how many board games there are. There
are thousands and thousands.
How many do you have?
We've got about 600 now.
Wow, I wouldn't know where to start.
I know, that's the thing, it's crazy. That's why we put them all on our website so you can have a little look beforehand.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's like when you get there, it's like trying to choose a Netflix film.
Yeah.
You say, hey, let's watch a film tonight, and then you spend half an hour trying to look and decide which film you want to watch, and it's the same with board games.
And you must be quite an expert on these board games, so do you help people as well if it's a new game they've never played before?
Yeah, we do our best to help as much as we can, and we also do a YouTube channel where we've, under Planet JJs, where we have a lot of how to play videos, not ones that we've done, but other people have already done them, and there's a big market for that, which is really handy to have a look at as well. And also I find it's quite easy to look at how to play video in advance of whether you actually know whether the game's good for you or not. Because you can look at a game, read all about it, but still not know if it's good for you or not. So by looking at how to play video, you can see how it plays through, and then you think, oh yeah, that's suitable for me, or that's not suitable for my children, or things like that.
So what kind of age group come down to Planet JJs? Is it everybody?
Anyone pretty much. Yeah, we get a lot of kids, especially with the holidays, and lots of families, but we get a lot of real hardcore gamers as well. People come in for like 4 hours and play. Because we've got some really heavy games you might have seen on there. There's like Star Wars Rebellion, which you do need 4 or 5 hours to play. So we have a few people do that as well. And then people that just come in with their kids and stay for an hour and play like Guess Who and Buckaroo and Labyrinth.
That's my level. That's about my level.
That's a lot of fun as well. So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's a great thing you're doing as well that gets children away from screens and traditionally play board games. We played a game of the Game of Life last weekend. It was refreshing to play something.
It's really good. And the nice thing about having coming out to play board games as opposed to staying at home is you don't get the distractions.
No.
Especially if you've got more than one child, you've got 3 of them you're trying to entertain. It's so easy for them to pick up consoles or iPads and just play, and everything's so accessible via technology. Whereas if you bring them to the board game cakery, they can just switch off and play board games and they focus more.
Yeah.
We have one little girl, she's absolutely adorable. I think she might be maybe 10, but she loves our place so much and she stays for 3 hours. She's begging her parents to stay longer because she just likes playing games so much, and it's great for the parents because she's not being distracted by consoles and things, which she would have been at home.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. I think that's a big thing in our house, I suppose. Yeah. So the cakery side of things as well that you bring along, and you've got a box of treats there.
I have a little treat box for you guys.
This is amazing. So where do you source the cakes and things from?
I make them all myself.
You do?
Yes.
Oh, amazing.
I've been making and decorating cakes for about 10 years. It's where I started from, and we always wanted to combine the two businesses and the two ideas because everyone loves cake. But there's so many cake businesses out there, so by niching into like geeky things and superheroes and everything else, we just thought it was something very different, and it gave our business a little different edge.
No, that's nice.
So what you have today is just a mixture of what we would do in our cakery, which is brownies and flapjacks, and there's Rice Krispie cakes and blondies. So we do a lot of those at the shop. So you get a nice good slab of a cake.
And proper homemade cake as well.
Proper homemade cake, exactly, yes.
That's fantastic. So what's the process then? How does it work? Do people sort of subscribe, or do they just walk through the door and play games?
You can just walk through the door. Obviously, half terms and weekends were quite busy, so this weekend, unfortunately, we've had to turn quite a few people away. I say unfortunately, it's kind of a good thing as well. Shows we're busy, but you can just book online on our website, so you've literally just got to give us contact details and say when you want to come, how long for, how family people, we book you a space, and then you come along and play.
Oh, what good fun.
And you pay per person per hour. And you can stay as long as little time as you like, whatever. And then
there must be quite a nice community feel to it as well, because unlike just going somewhere and having some cake, everyone's playing games.
Yeah,
so
it is really
must
nice.
Be quite nice.
And when we look, it's really nice, and it's quite a nice proud feeling actually when you look down over the whole cafe and everyone's just playing games. And everyone's playing so many different games and so many different ages and different people. It's really nice to see.
Starts conversation, doesn't it?
Yes.
If you see someone playing a different game to you. And
yeah, some people do that actually. Yeah. And occasionally other people actually help somebody else as well suddenly. And they're like, oh, how are you getting on with that game? Oh, I found that bit really tricky. And you're like, wow, people are just kind of making friends almost.
Do you have a favourite game, Jo?
Oh, yes. I have a bad thing that I like cat games.
Okay.
So I love a game called Calico. And you basically, it's like a tile placement one. So you have to match patterns and colours. But you build a quilt for your cat to sit on, and then you can get cats, and you get little buttons for matching colours in a row. It's very cutesy, and I was really sorry because I'm that sort of girl.
It sounds great to me.
My other half loves Marvel Champions, which is a card game. And you get like different decks, and you can play with different heroes, and you try to defeat the villain basically. And he loves that game, but that's a little bit more hardcore.
No, it's brilliant. Both ends of the spectrum then,
exactly,
really, with the games there, which, and everything in between as well. Planet JJs, it sounds fantastic. What is your website address?
It is just planetjjs.co.uk.
Fantastic. And you're based in Tunbridge as well. Whereabouts are you in Tunbridge?
Right near the station, right next to Lidl's.
Oh, excellent. Brilliant location. Oh, fantastic. Look, Jo, thank you ever so much for coming in and tell us all about it. The cake looks amazing as well. Thank you so much for bringing that in. And we'll see you soon at Planet JJs.
Thank you very much.